Hey folks, this is Decoherent, and welcome to Frostpunk: The Last Autumn. So, The Last Autumn is the latest DLC for Frostpunk. Now, unlike the last one that just basically added an endless map, this actually adds an entirely new scenario, which is very exciting. So, this story is actually a prequel, taking place before, the entire world is encased in ice and snow. We've got a bunch of new stuff going on here. There's new laws, there's new mechanics, including worker safety and motivation. We've got some new resources. We've got the possibility of dealing with labor negotiations. It's all very exciting. I'm really looking forward to this. As with most story games, I haven't really poked at it because I like to be surprised. I did poke around at the first 15 minutes or so to make sure I don't fail catastrophically on video, which would be funny but terrible for my self-esteem. So, we're going to go ahead and get started here. I'm just going to play this on medium because I don't really know what I'm doing. So, let's go ahead and let's get going.
Personal Journal of Euphemia McLaughlin, Assistant Engineer at Imperial Exploration Company. It's been 5 weeks since we have left the familiar walls of Birmingham behind. Weeks of uncertainty, of struggle, of hope. And finally, we have reached the shores.
Cool.
We had 3 deaths so far. Or small price for progress, as IEC called it. I can only hope I am going to avoid their fate. They've claimed there was nothing to fear. That this whole journey of ours was just a precaution. But now, it feels like the weather is changing. And the winter seems inevitable.
So cool. Alright, the last autumn. So, we crossed the rough northern seas to reach Site 113, where we are to build the greatest marvel of technology, a generator. Your crew, lured by the promise of a steady job and eager to leave the work riots and bread queues behind, are somewhat taken aback at the sight of the desolate landscape surrounding the site. They were told not to ask for details. Man, there's no turning back now. There's no consensus why this contract held such a high priority, considering the deteriorating situation of the Empire, but your superiors are clear. This is the most important job of your life. For Queen and country. It's pretty neat seeing green out here, isn't it? Very cool. Okay, so first off, before we start building the generator, we've got to set up the basic supply infrastructure. We need docks, we need resources, we need a food supply. So, one of the first things that I think is kind of interesting is that the limitations on how you want to build things are actually a little bit flipped. We can't build near the generator with most housing and with other structures because it's a workplace. So we actually need to build all of our stuff on the outside here. I'm probably actually going to start building, I think I'll build a pod over here, a housing pod. Yeah, something like that. I like doing that because it makes it a lot easier to put things in the middle. I don't remember if we have fighting rings, but there's places that have passive effects, so we'll want to put those over here. I'm going to put in one tent right away, but I'm also going to go ahead and I'm going to spend some stuff on tech, because I do want to get my workshop up and running as soon as possible. So this is probably going to be the edge of whatever resources we have there. Although, I do want room for a medical tent. So go ahead and build that there. And then we're going to connect these, and then we have to connect them all the way through, down to the generator, even though we don't have enough wood for that. So we've got resources sitting around here, we've got some steel, we've got lumber, everyone get to work as much as I can. You can't force engineers to gather, which is kind of interesting. And then over here as well, we've actually got these giant coal piles. We don't need these at the moment, but we can start our gathering there a little bit later. So go ahead and start getting this stuff made. Okay, let's go and let's get our road going now that we've got a little bit of lumber. Build our street down to here, thank you. Go ahead and get going. So, our employer has prepared the site for us. They dug the enormous shaft for the underground part of the generator, and they left some construction materials behind to get us started. Yes, we should set up the camp, blah blah blah. I know, we're working on it. What do you think we're doing, man? Alright, So let's get our engineers going. And then first off, so we need profiles manufacturer so that we can build structural profiles to build generators, or to build the various generator steps. We don't need those right now, we'll come back. We need to set up foragers if we want some food, and then obviously we've got the sawmill, faster gathering, and then the docks. And the docks are pretty cool too. These let us bring in basic materials and other stuff like that, so we'll want to do that as well. But I think we'll start with foragers first. These are not quite the same as hunters, and I'll show you that once we can actually build them. So go ahead and get going here. And then we're going to want to keep working on building tents, of course. We don't want people dying on us. Keep working on it. And I'm going to build a medical post pretty quick here, too. Because I do not want to end up in one of those places where you end up in sickness spirals. It is definitely something we do not want. Okay, foragers' quarters. Do we have enough resources to build that yet? No. Oh yeah, and we should have a cookhouse. Haha, I knew that. Okay, well, we're gonna have to wait just a bit on those then. So, idle hands. People start gathering in small groups to chat or play cards. A couple of workers are throwing rocks down the huge central shaft. Deep, ain't it? And to think we have to work down there. Out of boredom, or maybe just to exercise their fears, more workers join in. Soon rocks start raining down the hole. This might be dangerous, but, well, camp offers very little in other entertainment. Just leave them alone, who cares? It's all good. Let them do their thing. They're just throwing rocks on a hole. So we've got discontent, as you might expect. We also have motivation, and this is something that we're going to need to deal with. If it starts to fall, we're going to start getting penalties to our efficiency, and if it rises up above this hash mark, then we actually start to get benefits. And this is pretty important, and we're going to need to deal with it as time goes on. Alright, let's get some engineers in there. People will start getting sick, and I don't want that. What do I need to build a cookhouse? 20 wood. Crap. 3 lumber short. Well, it'll be fine, guys. Just don't worry about it. Alright, so people got a cold. Yep, I will provide some shelter. 2 days gives me plenty of time. Get back to work. There we go. Alright, so first off, food. And this will... oh, that'll actually fit right here. At the cost of making everything ugly. Well, that's no great surprise to any of you guys. Let's build this street over here first. And then, obviously, we're gonna need... more housing. But not at the moment. And so engineers, I don't actually have a use for you at the moment. Go ahead and work at the cookhouse. I mean, obviously I will need you. And then workers, just come gather some coal. That'll give you something to do for a little bit. And we need to start getting going on our sawmills, because we're starting to get low on other materials. Yes, this is delaying our places to live, but they can deal with it. Oh, and I haven't started a book of laws yet. So first off, administration is our first book. So we can build some classic stuff like the public house. We can build the chapel, which is sort of... well, it's kind of the same as the chapel out of the faith tree, but not really. This has an area effect. We've got burials. We've got 2 different kinds. We can either build them here, which decreases motivation, or we can send them back to England, which costs us some lumber for each one, I think. Radical treatment, sustain life, we've seen those. Bathhouse is another area effect. When you've got this powered with coal, this keeps people from getting sick. Well, it reduces the chance that they'll get sick. And food-wise, we can either go with gruel, delicious, or we can go with hearty meals, which actually has a benefit. So we can decide which way we want to go there. I think that I would like to start with a chapel. Yes. And we have a couple days to get that going. I don't really have the resources for these things right now, but if I don't get going, disaster will ensue. Alright, so let's keep building tents. Where am I going to build a chapel here? What would be the most efficient way to put it? Maybe here, I think. Probably. Let's do that. And then we're actually gonna, continue the second row here. I think that's a good place to put it. And we'll run this over there. Yep, carry on. Hope I'm right about the chapel and its effect. If it turns out to not have an area effect, I'm gonna feel really stupid. Oh, it does. Okay, good. So this wasn't the most efficient way I could have done it, but it's not terrible. We can get one more tent going. And then that's it until tomorrow, unfortunately. We are almost out of lumber. Oh, scary. We're working on it, though. Yeah, I know, they're getting sick. Like I said, I'm working on it. We're doing our best. Alright, reality check. As the camp wakes up under dark rain clouds, the moon amongst... As the camp wakes up under dark rain clouds, the mood among our people turns gloomy. Nobody told us we'd be sent to the end of nowhere, they grumble. There's nothing for us to do here but work. And they're gonna have to stay a while in this remote, cold, miserable place. If you don't keep their motivation up, their efficiency will suffer. Yeah, we'll see what we can do. We'll get there. We'll motivate you, don't worry. We have higher priorities, like not starving to death. Get back to work. Alright, let's get some more tents going. I can build one or two more over here, and then I've got to kind of stop. So we've got new laws. Is there anything that we want to do right now? We could build a public house. Yeah. This will lower discontent and raise motivation. Yeah, we can do that. Soon. Okay, we've got our sawmills ready, thank God. We've still got some lumber left, so that's okay, so I'm not going to panic about that right now. How many more tents do I need? I still need 3 more tents, don't I? What's the furthest over I can put you? Here's... Actually, I did a fairly good job on that. Good thinking, me. Hold on a second here, we'll come back to you in just a moment. And then we'll want to put the next road out here. Even though I realize that doesn't connect to anything yet. There we go. Go ahead and build that. I think that's correct. And then we just need one more tent after this. So no, I didn't put that in the right place, but we'll fix it later. It's good. It's all good. Okay, so now, next up for our research. Docks would be nice. Oh, I haven't built the foragers' quarters yet. Ha ha ha. Hold on, before we spend money on that, maybe I should actually make sure that we don't die. Foragers' quarters. We still need 35 lumber. Okay, there's 35. Let's go ahead and let's get that made. Let's put that way out here near the edge. For no particular reason. Is that a terrible idea? Well, it is kind of, because now that road's going to be expensive, but hopefully we can handle it. Okay, and you've decided not to have enough lumber. Here, let's go that far. Gather faster. At least all our tents are coming up here. Yay, shelter. See, look how happy everybody is. And if only we had some lumber, everything would be great. So I can't even research, we just kind of have to hang out for a little bit here and wait patiently for the morning. Alright, now we can finish up our road. Hopefully that's not a terrible place to put it. And then we're going to need to start shuffling workers around. Alright, so, Skeptic. You overhear 2 workers arguing over the reality of the global cooling. You really believe this end-of-the-world rubbish? Me, I'm just here for the money. When we're done with this mad scheme, I can move my family out of St. Giles. Well, you're a fool. You'll all die when the frost comes. He turns to you. Ain't it the truth? Well, that's what the sign says. That you're all gonna die. I'm not very good at motivating people, am I? Anyway, next up for our research. Docks would be kind of cool. Just so we can get that going. Yeah, let's get the docks going. Yep, let's do that. And I still need to build that public house. What is that going to cost me? Where are you? Public house. 20 wood. Okay, that should be no problem at all. And how much lumber do I have left? None. Sawmill time. Alright. Well, there goes all our old resources. Ta-da! That's it. Hope we're ready for it. And luckily we are, but... boy, that could have gone bad in a hurry. So we'll build... This is not a wonderful place for a sawmill, but since we are going to be building in this direction, I want to get these trees cleared out. So let's go ahead and let's get that going right there. And we can just connect this with a little bit of a road there. And then we're going to deal with docks for the steel. Okay, so we need to go ahead and we need to create some foragers, and let's send you guys out to these reindeer tracks. And the rest of you, I don't know, go gather some coal. Yeah, do that. Alright, now we can build the docks, or we'll be able to build the docks soon. At the moment, we're out of wood, so once again, we have to wait for that. Get to work. So, docks, 25 wood. I still haven't built the public house. Yeah, I don't want to sign any new laws yet. That'll just give me more obligations I can't fulfill right away. Okay, so we've reached the reindeer tracks. So, we've got a partially eaten reindeer carcass lying in a circle of trampled, blood-stained earth. The tracks lead on further. So we'll head over here to the hunting grounds. Okay, continue onward. Okay, I'd like to get our research going first. Oh, our research is running. Okay, so we need our public house first, correct? We're just waiting on that. An indignant engineer. An engineer complains to you, "Sir, it seems I've been mistakenly lodged in a tent full of workers. Now you see I don't have anything against the workers, but they're quite loud and, well, they sort of smell. Could you make sure I get moved to an engineer's tent?" Yeah, sure. That's fine. Have fun. Come on, saw faster. I need to turn around and make at least one more sawmill just as soon as I possibly can. Alright, so now we should be able to go ahead and get the public house up. Yep. And we'll put this here, I guess. Sure, and then we'll connect it with the road. Yep, go ahead and do that. Okay, now that we've got a little more lumber, let's go ahead and let's get our next lumber mill started. Although I will need some for the docks. What do the docks cost me? 25. Let's wait on that. Okay, here we go. So, docks. So these go on specific spots like, you know, the various drills and stuff. And there's different kinds of docks. The ones that we're putting in now are the basic docks. You can also do the fishing ones. And you don't need to attach these with the road. So let's go ahead and let's plonk that right there. And we're going to need to get our next sawmill going. Here, go ahead and get working. Motivation rises. Very good. And where are we going to want to build next? Maybe I should keep clearing out this area. Well, that'll destroy resources, it says. I don't like that. I guess we can put it way over here. And it'll eventually clear all that out. Yeah, that should be fine. Go ahead and do that. Alright, so now that we've reached the hunting ground, so we've got numerous animal tracks. So, the gentle banks of this swiftly flowing stream form a convenient watering place. We could set up a camp here for some time to hunt the animals that come for the water. So, what you do here is instead of, you know, just having your hunters go out and come back magically with food, is you have to send out your foragers to set up a camp. And then they deliver, you know, a certain amount of food every day, and there's a total of raw food here, 400 raw food. So we're going to get this going, and that'll send us back some food, and that way we won't starve because we are down to 40 food rations. So we can see them running back and forth then as time goes on. Shift's over already? Really? Alright. I don't think we need faster gathering yet. And profiles manufacturing, well, yeah, I guess this will give you something to do. Alright, so now that it's morning, let's go ahead and let's staff our docks up. So, we get to pick which resource is going to be brought into us by ship. Pretty cool, huh? I'm going to start out with lumber, because we just need wood. We'll probably move to steel after that, because I don't actually have a way to make steel. And you can switch back and forth, although there is a little bit of downtime if you do that, so that's both good and bad. A telegraph station. Alright, so now that we've built the basic resource infrastructure, we can start bringing more people in steam cores from England. To do this, we build the telegraph station. Can I do that right away, or is that too expensive? Not quite yet. We need 20 wood and 25 steel. There we go. And same with the gatherers. Let's just build this out here kind of in the middle of nowhere. Maybe we'll need it at some point. Maybe we won't. I don't know. Okay, we need to clear out some workers. Let's just bring you guys out of here. Let's get you going in this sawmill. And then I'm also going to need a gathering post fairly soon here. See, these guys are bringing in lumber, but I actually need to have people there. I mean, I could have them work outside, but I'd rather not. It's just not a great idea. Maybe it doesn't really matter, but it feels like it matters to me. Oh, that's right, there's actually a better tech for that. Where is that? The reloading station. Yeah, that's something we'll want to do. At the moment, though, no one's sick, so you guys just go gather lumber out there. I need the lumber. Badly. We have lots of things we need to build. Alright, so our telegraph station is up. Good work. Now that we have a line of communication, we can use this to request resources. We'll provide what we can, but be aware that your camp is not the only project we supply. There's 2 other construction sites in our area. Together, these 3 generators will secure shelter for the inhabitants of Liverpool, should the worst happen. Their fate is in your hands. Do not let them down. I get to decide who lives and who dies. So this is cool. This is a neat mechanic. So usually you'd have explorers going out and finding people, right? Nuh-uh. We just order them. How cool is this? And we can order up to our logistical limit. It kind of recharges over time, so we can just kind of ignore it for a while, but super cool. We want some workers. I'm only going to order 20 because that's a nice even number, and then I can just put in 2 more tents. So let's get that going, and then they will show up in 1 day. So now that we've got the basic infrastructure, we can start constructing the generator. We'll build the profiles manufacturer, and then profiles, and then we can start going from there. Although, at the moment, we can't do any of that because I don't have any workers. Let's go ahead and let's build some more tents. We just need 2 of these. Ugly. Very ugly. Go here. I think I just accidentally destroyed some research, some materials. Sorry about that. So get those going first. Alright, now let's go ahead and let's research the profile thing. So get that going. Thank you. Just assuming this means that you guys will be able to keep up out here better. Okay, we've got our 2 more tents ready. Food is coming in nicely, 80 food a day. This is obviously not going to be enough long term, but this is a good start. So as we reach dawn, I've been leaving the law book alone again for too long. Let's see here. Let's go with the House of Pleasure. This doesn't require any extra structures or anything. It'll be good for them. I think there's no problem with sex workers, so we'll make everybody happy. And they don't have to do anything different. I like that. The rot that we have left behind in London. Honestly, get over yourself. Seriously. Alright, now we can build the profiles manufacturer, so let's go ahead and let's get that going. And this, as you can see, actually fits inside here, because this is a construction building. So just put it there, I guess. I suppose that's fine. And now, that's all our level 1 techs, right? Yep, so now let's go down and let's get going on the drawing boards here. And we'll have more people here in 22 minutes. That'll be nice. Welcome. I do not, strictly speaking, have a job for all of you right now, but soon. Letters, end of a world. Supply ships bring post for the crew from time to time. For security reasons, all letters are open and read, but we may sometimes ask you for instructions. In this case, an engineer received a letter from relatives in India. They explained that a sudden frost devastated their plantation, and they were going back to England, as the colony is descending into chaos, and the population is rising up against the British rule. That sounds oddly familiar. Surely we can't let such information impact the morale of our people. Yeah, we're going to censor that. As I sit here literally at my desk with a cup of English tea next to me. Or, I'm sorry, tea from India. Never mind. Let's not worry about that right now. Come on, build things. Hurry up. Here, we'll fill this up for right now. We don't need it. But, okay. Alright, actually, yes, we do. So where do we have people that we don't really need? We really don't need people down here. Let's keep a few of you going just to kind of keep that ticking along. But now we order these out. We order the structural profiles like you would with any other, like prosthetics or whatever. And we need 8 of these. So let's get that queued up. So far, so good. You're hungry. Look at all this food we have. Go eat. I have more food than I know what to do with. Be gone. Man, public houses are so good, like, early on. It's fantastic. Alright, drawing boards are done. So now, what do we want to do next? Machine shop, ventilation plant. Improving safety in all workplaces, but that uses coal. Machine shop, yeah. We need this. We need this for the second tier. Protective structures. These are one-time use. Keep our people safe. A fishing harbor or more foragers might be nice. Sawmill upgrade. Reloading station. Oh, this is actually a good one. Gather resources at the dock and transfer them to the stockpiles. You know, let's actually do this. Am I going to have enough resources to make it? I will. Yeah, let's do that. And how are we doing on profiles? We've got 2. That is not enough. Safety concerns. A few of our people fell ill from breathing strange fumes wafting from the shaft. It could have been worse. One of them passed out and fell from a scaffold. We can't ignore health hazards any longer. From now on, the safety level of each workplace at the construction site will be monitored. If it's low, people there will get sick. If it's very low, they might get injured or die. So, here's lawbook number 2, labor. So we can build a dispensary. This is another structure we built that would take people that are gravely ill and make them only merely ill, which is cool. We can do a shortened shift, so we can go from 10 hours to 8 hours, and this increases workplace safety. We can do extended shifts, which is the opposite, 2 shifts, which is also pretty bad, or safety procedures. This is an ability that we can use where people work slower but safer. So we can do any of those. I'm probably actually going to go with short shifts, but we've got to wait for just a little bit. So let's get going. Wait on that. Yeah, you're sick. I know. I will build another medical tent soon. Actually, why aren't I building it now? Yeah, there's no reason not to build it. I don't want it in range of this. Let's take a look at this, just to make sure I'm not wasting it. Okay, yeah, that would be wasting it. Actually, I suppose I could just throw a tent here, and then I won't forget about it. It doesn't matter that it's not adjacent to a street. We could put in the medical post, and then we could actually go ahead and cancel this for now. We'll come back to you later, and we will extend the road. There we go. Because I've got 5 engineers in here, and I really don't need them. Okay, here we go. Now, let's go over to labor, and I'm going to do short shifts. People will like this. And it's motivating. So you guys, I would like you on at the shorter shifts. And now this brings our workplace up to safe, which is awesome. It's not going to stay safe, but for now it's safe. Let's pull most of you guys out, and let's throw you in here. I want people to get treated as quickly as possible. We do not want to get into one of those nasty illness spirals. Okay, so this is full. So that's good. Oh, we've already finished up our structural profiles, and I wasn't paying enough attention. Alright, so now let's get going on the generator. Now we can build the shaft structure. Awesome. Let's toss that right on in there. And now, we need people. Lots of people. How many more workers can I afford to order at the moment? I can get 30. Let's do that. And let's make sure I've got tents for them. Remember that tent I decided not to build? Right. 1, 2... And there's no street here, but I can fix that. Given the enormous amounts of lumber I've been bringing in. Yep, motivation's good. I know I don't have any people for this yet, but I will shortly. Okay, reloading station, so let's get that going. We'll plonk that there, and now we don't need to have people out there anymore. So now we technically have 15 people free, but... Come on. There we go. Alright, so the 5 of you, get going. Work hard. Dangerous. Okay. Even with the shortened shift? Oh, I don't have you on shortened shift. There we go. Harmful. That's not so bad. And we're going to start to need a whole bunch more of our structure profiles. Let's get that many set up, because that's all the lumber I have. Okay, new laws. Let's see here. I don't need these. Our discontent is fine. I could build a bathhouse if I felt like it. Let's see here. Nobody's died yet, so I'm trying to avoid that. Anything else we want under labor? Work standardization. Why would discontent... Why would you be unhappy that you have to do a good job? Let's do that. I like that, though, because that'll work on efficiency. And I've got the public house to keep people motivated. And what should we do here next? Let's get a fishing harbor. For no other reason than it sounds cool. And I like things that are cool. Okay, so that hunting ground is now depleted. So now we're going to starve to death. Hopefully the small waterfall has some food there. We've got some food. Hopefully it'll be sufficient for a while until we can get our next camp set up. And this is why I want to set up a fishing dock, because it'll provide kind of a slow, steady trickle, of food. Get it? Trickle, because it's fish that come from... Okay, that wasn't funny. Never mind. Hopefully I cut that out. Alright, and here's our workers. Into the pit with you. Now we definitely need some more food, or else everybody will starve to death. And we can do another law already. Okay. Unfortunately, no place to fish. The rapids or rusting rails. Let's go to the rapids. We are going to starve to death, aren't we? Well, maybe. We'll find out. Okay, good. We're full on coal, so that's good. How many people do we have out there anyway? 5? Yeah, that's fine. I'm just going to leave you there so I don't accidentally forget about it. Oh, and this sawmill is already done. I didn't even notice that. Okay, that went fast. Let's go ahead and let's take that apart. Let's get the next one going. It's mostly because I want to clear out the space to build. This is fine. It's not beautiful, but it's fine. Yeah, do that. That's why I have spare people. Letters from home. Wanted. A shocking letter arrived from the Manchester Constabulary. It appears that one of our engineers is a suspect in several gruesome murders. The police want to question him and is asking us to send him back in the first outbound shift. The man claims he's innocent. What should we do? Let's send him back. Okay, fishing harbor. Let's get that built. Food. Fishing harbor. Let's plonk it over here. That's a technical term again. I'm sorry about that. Okay, so next to research, we need to learn how to make... Let's learn how to make the ventilation shaft, because I want people to be safe. And then the machine shop. But let's start making sure that people aren't going to die. Strangely enough, I'm concerned about that. Anything else with labor here that I want to do? A dispensary might not be a bad idea, just to have that ready. Or keep people safe for a little bit. Yeah. Double manpower. Causes discontent. Let's get safety procedures. It would be nice to have that ability. So now, on these places I can go ahead and I can hit that, and then workplace safety will increase by 1. At the moment, everything is fine, so we don't need to worry about it. High motivation. They're so highly motivated that many of them perform their jobs with enthusiasm. Yay! So now we're getting a bonus 30% to all work. Fantastic. You guys, get back to work. Haste make waste. Yeah, you do have to take your time to do it right. It's one of those things where there's never time to do it right, but there's always time to do it again. Anyway, never mind. Where should we put in... Oh, this should actually be bringing in metal. Yeah. Sorry about that. I screwed that up. Because we're out of steel. Hilariously. Okay, so we can still build another sawmill. We can actually put it right next to the old one. Just to keep clearing the space out. Because this is not reaching that tree right there. Actually, if I put it right here, then that'll be as far away as possible. Yes, we'll do that. Wacky roads and all. Okay, good. Back to work. Okay, actually, and our scouts have arrived here. The stream is narrow and wild. Nothing we can do here. Crap. Mountain Lake? Hopefully that'll be good. We still got some food. This is switching over. There we go. Wait, did all that lumber just disappear? Wouldn't that be depressing? Alright, 10 laborers there, and we need to get this sawmill going as well. think I need more workers. Yeah, I think we're ready for more workers. Let's go ahead and let's order maybe another 20. Order. Gosh, this is fun. I like ordering workers. Order shipment. That will make a lot more sense when we're actually, like, ordering materials. But for now, it's pretty funny to order up a shipment of people. Okay, we'll be all ready for you. And we'll have the fishing docks running as well as some foragers. I don't know how much this will do. We have to wait until they get to work in the morning. High motivation, yep. I'm a surprisingly good boss. Okay, 2.9 per hour. That's not great, but okay. Toxic gases, yes. We're working on that. They will monitor the depth of the source and the toxicity level changes constantly. Will warn you about any changes 24 hours in advance. Okay. Well, could be worse. That's why we're working on the ventilators. Can we get that finished? Before the end of the day? Doesn't look like it. A bad omen. This morning the camp is strangely quiet. People pass the bad news in hushed voices. An owl is perched atop the scaffolding, despite it being broad daylight. They were superstitious even in the best of times, but here, in this remote, harsh place, they see it as a worst omen. Worse than a herd of black cats. Cats come in a cloider, thank you. The construction site workers refuse to return to work while the bloody bird sits there. They also say that to shoot away would bring even worse luck. What should we do? We'll just wait. It's fine. Owls, honestly. Okay, but at this point, let's actually go ahead and let's take a break. I am reasonably satisfied with how things are starting out here. I may be on the precipice of disaster, but if I am, I don't know that, and that's the best way to do it. So, I guess, as always, if you're enjoying this series and this looks like fun to you, please feel free to subscribe or leave a like or whatever. But in any case, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you next time.